Let's talk about what it really takes to actually grow and scale a business. I love this so much. Boomer's behind me. I don't know if you can see. He's squeezing his ball. So, Boomer, can you shh? I'm recording a transmission. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, brother. There he is. Okay, so here's the truth. I love this so much. This changed my life. So I've been building businesses online for 20 years now. And so much of my journey as an entrepreneur has been this act of addition. I've been seeking more. It's like, I need to find the right strategy, or I feel like I don't have the right messaging or marketing plan, or like I'm going out there, like trying to add something to my business in order to scale and grow. And for years, I operated under that paradigm. And I was like, well, why is my business not growing? It's like, I feel like I'm like at the same level of revenue month after month after month. What is going on? I feel like I'm like pushing this boulder up a hill. I don't know why this is so hard. And it wasn't until my model of business flipped that changed. And the philosophy that I have around business growth today when I work with clients, this is like the mindset that I bring into the work that I do, which has completely changed everything for me, is that business growth is not an act of addition, it's an act of subtraction. Abundance, the expansive, thriving, profitable business that you want is already here in truth. Your being, your essence is abundance. You are one with all there is, one with God, one with life, one with everything. Your essence, your being, your truth is that you already have everything you could possibly want. And so when we look at the journey of business growth, like there's two philosophies, right? Like one is like, there's something missing and I need to go out there and find it in strategy and tactics and formulas and sales scripts and some external thing that I can add on to what I'm already doing that's going to make this thing more successful. One mindset. The other mindset is, what if the business that I want is already here in truth? And all the journey of business growth really is like peeling back the layers of an onion and getting to the core of what's already actually here, the abundance that is my nature. Your business wants to grow. I've described this as like, it's like you put an acorn in the ground, it wants to become a tree. The essence of nature, life itself, is growth. Expansion is who we are because we're constantly expanding into our own limitless nature. And so if you're not experiencing that in your business right now, the question becomes, well, where is the constraint? Like what is the artificial filter, the layer of fear or control or ego or limiting belief or something that is holding me back from that natural state of expansion, or really more accurately, holding me back from the experience of that natural state of abundance? And so I see the journey of business growth when I work with clients on this. It's really nothing more than removing the filters. It's like for years I had this sense that I was so afraid of running out of money because my story growing up was like, my family, we were very wealthy. We made a lot of money. My dad was very successful. And yet there was always this energy of like, we're going to run out. There isn't going to be enough. And so I grew up and I had this story and this narrative of scarcity was so baked into my nervous system. And so in my business, I started showing up. This was all subconscious, by the way. Like I wasn't aware of this consciously until I became aware of it. But I started showing up in my business. And when I started creating content online, so much of what I was doing was this performance because I was like, okay, I need to show up and I need to say the right thing and I need to launch these offers that I think are going to quote unquote make money. And so all these things that I was doing was basically from this energy of lack, right? It's like, I'm afraid that if I don't launch the thing that I think people are going to buy, then I'm not going to be supported, then I'm not going to be taken care of. And so I created an entire reality in my business that was essentially rooted in scarcity and lack. Now, this was just a story that I was telling myself, right? Because the truth is, I am abundant. My nature is abundance. There is no lack. This is a belief. It's a deeply rooted conditioned belief that I had based on my childhood and based on the experience I had growing up. And it created an entire reality in my business where I was basically subconsciously perpetuating this story of lack. I was showing up as this character doing these things in my business that I thought I needed to do to be successful. And yet the energy underneath them was this energy of lack, of scarcity, of I'm afraid if I don't do the right things, that I'm not going to be supported and taken care of, that I'm not going to have enough. And so, of course, my business mirrored that lack back to me, right? Because like life is just a mirror. Business is just a beautiful mirror. That's what I love about business is this beautiful mirror that just shows me myself, right? And so when I became aware of this, when we dismantled 18 months ago a business that was very profitable and successful on paper, but wasn't aligned with my soul, and I started walking through the dark in this chapter of realignment in my business, and suddenly like the business was revenue dropped quite a bit, and I was in this place where I had to come to face this part of myself that had attached safety and security to this thing outside of myself, which was money. And suddenly the money wasn't coming into my business again. It was like, oh my God, I'm feeling all this fear. This part of me is coming up. At that time, I didn't realize how deep this was. But as I healed that story, as I released that story, as I came back into the truth of my own being, which this was like a journey for me. I walked this. And over time, I started anchoring back into this realization of like, oh my God, this whole time I've been telling myself this story that there isn't enough. This whole time I've been telling myself this story that there isn't enough. And that is just a story. And releasing that story and coming back into coherence and alignment with my deeper essence, my truth, which is I am one with all there is. There is no lack. Like that is just it's a socially conditioned belief that I had been telling myself. And now showing up in my business and it's just all this abundance coming in. It's like, wow, clients are falling out of thin air. We've got so many people reaching out to me being like, oh my God, your work is amazing. I want to work with you. And what happened was I started showing up very differently in my business because I was no longer bringing that subconscious energy of scarcity into everything that I was doing. So now I started asking myself different questions. And I was like, okay, I'm no longer showing up from this energy of like, what do I feel like I need to create because I'm afraid if I don't create this, then I'm not going to be okay. It became, well, what do I want to create? I started creating from a higher frequency, from joy, from what wants to come through me. And my content started becoming magnetic and I started drawing people in through the radiance of my own being because, and this is the whole point of this transmission, because I let go of that filter, because I simply dismantled the filter, the screen, the film that was standing in the way of my own inherent abundance, the thing that was always there to begin with, but I simply forgot. Is like, it's like you're looking through your life with these like glasses on that just color everything you see, and you don't realize that the essence of who you are is abundant. So when people talk about lack in business and they're like, I'm chasing this strategy, I need this new marketing plan. I'm like, no, 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 no. If the energy underneath the chase is lack, and when there is chase, it's always rooted in lack. When people are like, I need to get clients, like this is another thing I laugh about because I'm like, you're trying to get clients, you're coming from the energy of lack. You've literally created a reality in which you're perpetuating your own scarcity belief. And of course, your business is going to mirror that back to you. So I get so jazzed with entrepreneurs about doing this inner work. And my belief is really the journey of business growth is inside out. It's nothing more than just peeling back these filters, awareness, becoming aware of the stories, the beliefs, the parts of ourselves that are holding these stories of scarcity, of I'm not safe, of I won't be supported, of I need to show up in this certain way and prove myself, of I need to be this thing for my audience, or like all of it is rooted in fear and separation. And as we start releasing those filters, you come back into greater and greater coherence with truth, which is abundance. And your business expands and grows as a mirror, as a match to that expanded internal reality, the reality that has always been yours to begin with, but you're simply coming into greater awareness of that truth. This is basically it, And it's not easy, right? And that's why it's so beautiful to be in a community of people who are doing this work, and also to be in mentorship with people who can actually help you see yourself more clearly. Because when you're looking through the lens of these filters, sometimes it's challenging to see yourself. It's like I'm not always aware of like my blind spots because they're my blind spots, right? And this is why the collective is so powerful. Our community for soul-led entrepreneurs who are doing this inner work. We take a very inside-out approach inside that community to business growth. And yes, we're focusing on attracting more clients and scaling and growing wildly profitable businesses. And we're doing it with this inside-out lens where your business becomes a path for your own liberation, for your own expansion and growth. And when business becomes that game, your life expands not just in your business, but in every aspect of your life. You start experiencing more freedom and joy and abundance and wholeness and love and radiance in every single aspect of your life. And that is what I want for you. It's like, I'm like, I want everyone to experience this because it's just so liberating. And yeah, I would love to invite you to join us inside the collective. There's a link down below if you want to dive in and join us. It's just such an incredible space and community. I also do have a number of one-to-one mentorship spots open on the back end for clients, established entrepreneurs who are really ready to like put this into real deep practice and who want to walk with a mentor who is able to help them do this inner work and scale and grow their business from the inside out. So if that's something that's feeling aligned for you, something you want to explore, you can shoot me a DM on Instagram or send me an email, and I'm happy to have that conversation with you. So I hope this helped you today, and I'm just grateful to be walking with you. That's the truth.